Hey, it's Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. Today it's Sunday morning. Beautiful, beautiful day, and I feel compelled to pass on a message. In my last video, I talked about gaining an edge. I even titled it Gaining an Edge, and it had to do with farming, and I was trying to promote what we do and try to get other folks to see the vision and get into it and enjoy what we've enjoyed because of it. And we've had some good bites on it. It worked really well. The edge that I was talking about was a certain type of pig, right? That's a smaller issue. We have a much bigger issue at hand, I believe, in our country. Gaining an edge. What is it that gives the average American citizen an edge over, say, the average Rhodesian citizen? It's this right here. I've not been talking a lot about Constitution or any political things in quite a while. But I can tell you this, the struggle that we went through with the Department of Natural Resources and Department of Agriculture and the Department of Attorney General, it isn't over. It isn't over. They have no reason to quit. They don't run out of money. They're using our money. They're bureaucrats. They're not elected. So they can keep going, and they really have nothing better to do. It's not like they produce anything like those of us that are out here that work and provide services for other folks. They don't actually provide us with any services. So they can make people's life difficult that don't do what they want, and they can spend a lot of time doing it. But what gives the average American citizen the edge is this. And I'm going to encourage you again to download the U.S. Constitution. First page of it is the Bill of Rights. There's 10 of them. Please read through them. There's forces in this country that have spent a lot of time and a lot of energy politicizing everything. So they keep you divided. 47% conservative, 47% liberal. But I challenge you, if you're the most flaming conservative or flaming liberal, go through the Bill of Rights and see if there's anything that you have a problem with. And I would say there probably wouldn't be. There might be the odd person that would think that only the police should have guns or only the military should have guns. But that would be very short-sighted, and you don't know your history very well if that's the way you feel. But go through that, and let's decide together that the U.S. Constitution is our advantage. It gives us an edge over who? Those who seek to take our rights. And in my case, it was the Department of Natural Resources. They sought to take my living from me because they said so. For those of you that don't know about it, the Department of Natural Resources came up with this crazy idea to list my animals as invasive species, right? So when you think about that, if a department can list my animals as invasive and therefore illegal, they've just taken my property from me, and there was no due process of law. And if you go through this, especially the Fourth Amendment, Fourth and Fifth Amendment are very important as far as this goes, you'll see that your life, your liberty, and your property is protected under due process of law, not regulation, not order, not idea, not concept, law. It has to be a law. And when you find out where laws come from, you will understand that, yeah, we have a lot of laws on the books and some of them are stupid, but the majority of them have been well thought out, and they had to go through a winnowing process that if they weren't well thought out, they didn't go very far. All right? So due process of law is your friend, If in a police state they can just decide they don't like the way you comb your hair and they can put you against the wall and shoot you. But that's not the United States, but it's becoming that way. This is your advantage right here. But it's a sword you have to carry, and you have to pull it from now and again. Because if you don't, they're not going to pull it for you. All right? Along those lines, we have to be very careful who we put in office. And I'm talking to both sides of the aisle here. There's a man that's running for office in the state of Michigan to be the governor. His name is Bill Schuette. He is your Attorney General right now, which is the top cop slot. He takes an oath to protect and defend what? This right here. His office, him, fined me $700,000 in order to scare me into complying with what the DNR wanted me to do. The order that they gave me, not law. The top cop of the state of Michigan should have been the one that's saying, hey, you can't do this to this guy. You can't do it. He's got constitutional rights. The 8th Amendment says American citizens are free from excessive fines and cruel and unusual punishment. It's against the law to give me a fine that's excessive. But what did Bill Schuette do? He gave me the fine. He gave that fine. So, you know, we talk about advantages and disadvantages. The edge is also the non-edge. So you politicals out there, it's in black and white. He can't take it back. He did fine me $700,000. He did participate in subverting the document that he swore an oath to uphold. And you might say, oh yeah, well he only did it once. Oh yeah? How many times before you take action on this? All right, now this guy wants to be your next governor of the state. So all we have to do is look at the way that he has handled things up till now and project that onto the way the state would be in the future with him at the helm. Instead of a guy that says, these citizens have rights, right? They have the right to participate in commerce and make this a beautiful place. I believe he would go the other way. He has shown that very clearly that he would go the other way. The attempt to call our pigs invasive was big agriculture's way of putting the small farmer out of business. That's really what it was. Because if they can, you know, if they can say that my pigs are invasive, they can say that anything is invasive because the criteria is so loose. I mean, they're saying that because an animal isn't native, it's invasive. Well, where does that end, I ask you? So I'd like this to circulate, and I'd like this conversation to continue. All right, it doesn't have to just be me. This needs to continue out there. The hard questions have to be asked of these candidates. And I'm actually getting psyched when I see a guy like Trump get up there and say, I know I don't need your money to run for president. I want to fix this place. Now, I haven't listened to him too much, but I don't hear politicians say that. They don't say they want to fix stuff. In my case, my family, my farm was in dire trouble. And the politicians around here, no. They made a half-baked attempt to make it look like they were coming to our aid, but not one of them came here. Not one of them risked anything in order to defend us. Not at all. And this long conversation we can have there about the county and about the county sheriff. It's a very deep subject, but we will have that conversation later on. But I don't want to make this too long, but I just wanted to bring that message to you. This is your advantage. This is your edge. This is the edge that the citizen has against tyranny. Get it, read it, own it, make it yours, please. It's Mark from Baker's Green Acres. Remember, anyone can farm.